On TSB-ENC we were a witness to the defining moments of the swiftly charts industry.
This is the swiftly charts industry.
And we are TSB-ENC. Hello, good evening, my name is Rain. And this is the news tonight. Here are the headlines this evening. Swiftly charts fall under a new management yet again, this time by Siri veteran Annika Moonchild back with more new music. She'll be with us later on the program. Kevin named as the new con as he collects achievements.
All day, baby and boy. Call me cancelled side to side, cancelled side to side.
We begin with the swiftly charts new administration. Here's 10 for the full report.
Siri veteran Annika now the new manager of charts. Her administration has so far released 2 charts, with Kevin debuting at number 1 with both. Everyone doesn't seem to have a problem with Annika running charts and everything is going very smoothly. With her management, she was able to convince everyone to get active and release new music. Her perseverance to revive the industry helped her achieve the goal. Several releases have surfaced after the revival of the industry. Those include Siri Superstar Fern, Russ, Moonchild, and more. Only time will tell if Annika will succeed to make the interest last a bit longer.
Moonchild strikes back with her 9th studio album named The Lunar Age. This will be her first full rock album after her 2 sister albums Stimulations and Hallucinations. She previously took off all her previous albums on streaming services. We'll ask her why later on the program. And this just in, Siri icon Russ has been hospitalized. Here's Snowy joining us live. Snowy.
Yes, Rain, Russ has been hospitalized after being diagnosed with the Omicron variant of Talent 19. There's still no information on how he got it, but we'll be finding out soon. Meanwhile, a picture of Tin visiting the hospital surfaces, ending the feud between the two.
More news when we come back. The news tonight returns after the break. Kevin's recent achievements sparked some artists to say that he's the new Kong. Let's know more on that.
Everyone has been calling Kevin the new Kong. He once again blows up the Siri music parody genre with multiple songs on charts. With his recent releases including 15 the new album, he was able to attract a number of new artists. His recent songs also debuted on top of the charts. His songs are also widely known on Twitter in general. Is Kevin the new Kong? Let's see if he lives up to what Kong did in the past.
Our first guest this evening is an artist who forever changed the course of the industry. With his Grammy and SMA award-winning album Cinema. Here with us is Siri superstar Fern. Hey Fern, good evening. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good too, thank you for asking. You revealed that you have 4 albums in the vault. What's keeping you from releasing them?
The main reason was that as I finished one I felt like it was too late to release it. What I mean is that, releasing each of them felt like releasing a Christmas album on January, a month after Christmas. And that kept happening. However, as they're in my library, I once accidentally listened to them and there are a lot of songs I relate to even now, and that I enjoy. So I said fuck it, I'll release them. And it's just fun, cause everyone knows already the tracklist and titles, but no one knows what's next.
Can we expect a new massive single soon?
I was trying to push Killer, as it's kinda stable in the charts. However, there's a track I really love on the album that I think I might give a push. However, don't expect a #1 or big numbers. Right now I've been really busy and don't know if I'll be able to promote.
What is the inspiration behind the man that will never be missed?
Loki. I was obsessed with the series when I watched it, and I even used the God of Mischief in the lyrics. However, also Lord. I loved the title of The Man with an Axe, it sounded so theatrical. So I kept repeating in my head The Man, until the title came out and I figure out a story about a man that had a lot of rumors and stories about him. I really liked the way it came out. The lyrics are not words or phrases I use often, so it was cool.
Thank you for joining us on the show, Fern. Have a great night.
Thank you for having me.
Up next, an exclusive interview with Moonchild. The news tonight returns after the break. Our last guest for tonight is a woman who needs no introduction. Joining us is Siri superstar Moonchild. Hey Moonchild, good evening. Welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Hi guys! It's so good to be back. Thank you so much for having me. It's been so long since we've talked to each other and since I've done an interview in general. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm having a great time.
After your genre-breaking sister albums, Stimulations and Hallucinations, you're back at it again. This time changing to rock. Why did you think this was necessary?
Thank you so much for saying that. Stimulations and Hallucinations felt like sister albums to me because they're basically written about one night. One album is about the actual night and the other album is about the aftermath of how I felt after a very wild night. And after having venturing with the sister albums, I decided to change my genre and take a different path for my music and my writing in general, because for a long time I've always, wanted to do rock, but I've never found like the right thing to write about and the right headspace to make a rock album. I've tried multiple times with The Necromancer and with multiple attempts to make a rock album, but I feel like I can confidently say that I'm in a right headspace and in the right stage of my life that I'm ready to make rock music. And I used to think that rock music meant that I need to be angry and I need to be sad, but to me rock means daring and bold and fearless, and I feel like that's where I am in my life right now, taking new risks and adventures and looking at myself inward rather than outward, like rather than writing about a boy, I'm writing about my experiences outside the realm of relationships. And I feel like that's what the Lunar Age is about, coming to your senses and being yourself and just taking risks by yourself.
You released 8 albums and it's going to be 9. You recently removed all your back catalog from SoundCloud. Why did you think this was necessary? Could this affect your career?
Yeah, it's crazy to think that I've made 8 albums, well 9 now. But I've always, went to music if I needed to vent or if I needed to document a stage of my life. And I feel like as a 21-year-old, I've gone through a lot and I can write about a lot of things. So having 9 albums to me just means that I've gone through a lot of life, and I'm still continuously learning as I'm growing. And I feel like I needed to take away my back catalog from streaming services because people have been getting on my back about having 9 albums, and I wanted this album, The Lunar Age, to shine on its own without any other, intonations about my previous album. So it was necessary. I feel like my previous albums will be back soon, but not for a while because The Lunar Age is my baby and I'm focusing on her right now.
What is The Lunar Age about? Does it have something to do with your name, Moonchild? And what is the inspiration behind your 9th album?
Like I said before, The Lunar Age is basically an album about, myself, and it does kind of reflect my name as Moonchild, but in a way that it talks about the risks that I'm taking lately. In my personal life right now, I have a lot of projects outside of the music industry or the Siri music industry, and I feel like it reflects a lot on The Lunar Age because it talks about growing up and it doesn't dive within the realm of love or relationship, but within myself. Like the things that I'm doing now and the things that scare me and the things that make me happy are all reflected on this album. I'm in the process of making a big change in my personal life and moving somewhere really, really far away from home. And so I feel like when I wrote this album, it kind of reflected on that aspect of my life. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear it.
You've been getting a lot of positive reviews from the public after the release of Just Another Boy. All we want to know is what is the inspiration behind Just Another Boy? Did you expect such feedback from everyone?
Just Another Boy is, I think, the 3rd last song that I wrote for this album because it felt really spontaneous. Even though this album doesn't really revolve around the relationship, I feel like this song is very important to be on the album because it gives a different perspective on how I see a guy or how I saw a relationship, because in my previous works I've dealt with it in a way that I felt sad when a relationship ended, but this album really celebrates my freedom and my acceptance and my joy and my individuality. So I needed a song that talks about a boy but still celebrates my individuality. And I'm really glad that people like it because it's been really fun making it, and exploring this new genre just felt really liberating to me, and to see that people are enjoying it makes me really, really happy.
Thank you, Moonchild, for joining me again on the show. Have a great night.
Thank you so much for having me here. I had such an amazing time talking to you again, and I really missed you guys, and I'm really excited for The Lunar Age, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
And that is it for the news tonight, the 28th of January 2022. My name is Rain, and have a good night.